Dear friends, you are welcome. We have a wonderful topic for you today, nurturing relationship in marriage. It may be known to you that by nature human beings are relational, and this works perfectly in marriage. In marriage, there is need to nurture our relationship. Without relationship, keeping a man and a woman together in marriage will be a hellfire, I bet you. But when you understand actually what a relationship is all about and nurture your relationship, you will be happy in your marriage. As we are going to see, just in few instances in this podcast. Let me tell you also, in marriage, there are certain things that matters a lot. One, if you want to nurture a relationship, number one thing you should mind is communication. It is very helpful for two persons, a couple, to be living in a house without communication. It's a hellfire. There's need to communicate your values, your norms, your ideas, and that will give you a kind of trust in that relationship. Communicate your worries, dialogue with one another, know the appropriate time to talk. This will surely build your relationship. It will build your bond, it will build your love for each other, and you see your marriage moving on gradually. Number two is being intentional, or what I may call availability in family cycle. You see, one of the problems that we are, especially in a situation of our own time where we face a lot of challenges, people are always struggling, moving for one thing or the other, for market, for school, for this and that. At the end of the day, they will not find time for themselves in the family. There is no time with your partner. There is no time to discuss. You move in the morning and come back in the night sleep. Before the children will wake up, you have gone out. Your wife will see to their caring, taking them to school, taking them to hospital and whatever. And when you come back, you provide this, you build that and whatever. That is not relationship. The tendency is that your marriage can easily get problem. You can imagine some big people, some economists, some capitalists today, they have money, but they don't have relationship in their marriages. Their marriages will easily crash up because they don't have time for their marriages. And it's good for us to know that marriage remains where God encounters two of you. So there is need for your relationship to be intentional. There should be a kind of intentionality to build your relationship in marriage. Number three, learn how to show appreciation. No matter how small, no matter how meager, no matter how big or large, it's good to appreciate each other in marriage. Any little thing your wife or your husband will do, try to appreciate it. Don't always be nagging, talking, whatever. Some people are that way. Maybe by nagging you will attract more things or whatever. It is good to appreciate your husband. It's good to appreciate your wife by giving flower, buying your flower, chocolate. You can even buy your wife underwears. You can do that. Yes, it's good to appreciate one another by helping her, by helping him, being someone cooking good food. Just appreciate, say, darling, I appreciate you for what you did today, for helping me to do this, for paying children's school fees and the rest of them. And you too, you also turn and appreciate one another. It will build your relationship and you enjoy your relationship very well in marriage. And your marriage will always be so. People will be admiring you without knowing the secret. I'm now telling you the secret. Number four, try to forgive one another. To err is human, to forgive is divine. Is an ethics of nurturing relationship in marriage. It's good for you to forgive one another. Some people who will even remember what happened even before they married, what happened on the day of wedding. After 10 years, somebody is still bearing grudges in marriage. Your marriage will not last for God's sake because the devil will do people a lot of harm. It's good to forgive, and when you forgive, you forget. Each day, begin a new day with a new relationship style. Begin a day with kissing, begin a day with hugging. You can imagine somebody somebody wronged the wife and the wife decided even to cook a better food for him that day. or somebody's wife wronged him, and that day he gave him the highest kiss and hug. That will calm down your nerves. And when you do this, you give the man or the woman emotional support, and it will even add to your longevity. It's very, very important. Another measure is sharing. Most of the time, you see people who are already married, they are not sharing anything common. They don't share their trust, they don't share their values. Everybody doing his or her own thing in his or her own way. That will not build that marriage. There will be no love. Two of you may be under one roof as husband and wife, but that marriage, I may say, is putative. There are so many things wrong in that marriage as far as nurturing relationship is concerned in the marriage. Dear brothers, I encourage you to try it. Share what you have in common. Don't hide anything for your partner. It's not the best. You two are already one. You already one. So you need to share things together. No matter how horrible it is, you need to share it with your partner in trust. In trust. Trust and love must be there for this act to work. Then there is need also for what I may call perseverance. We have also discovered that couple they used to disintegrate, or you see their marriage crashing when things are getting hard. In every relationship, there is need to persevere. When things are getting hard, you persevere. When things are getting better, you persevere. Each and every one of you must work hard to make sure that the relationship is working. Nobody will take the other person for granted. It's good to persevere. Don't be always so quick to run away from the marriage or from the relationship because things are getting hard. Remember, there was a time things were better. So it's also good to persevere. Uh-huh. So another one is an act of service. Many a times you discover that you need to serve one another. In serving, you discover how good the other person is. You discover the God, small letter God. You discover the God, you discover the humanness in the other person. I may give you an example. You come home from market and discover your wife is cooking. You decide to join her to cook. Some washing plates. Those things can make women to run crazy. Women, I know I'm speaking, you're married. Or you start sweeping. Sometimes you can get your wife clothes and wash. The same thing is applicable to a woman. You know that thing your husband used to do, you help him out. You need to serve one another. Family is all about service. Humanity is all about service. There's need for service. Another point, taking responsibility. Take responsibility. Don't always indulge yourself in blame game theory. You will never accept that you are wrong. Many a times you have to dialogue. When there is an argument, accept responsibility. I am sorry for this, and I promise I will improve. It will always give the other person opportunity to build his or her trust in you. And by so doing, it will give you a kind of emotional support. And emotional support is another thing. Learn how to give your partner emotional support. It will increase your longevity, trust, and love. Psychologists have already given the idea that when one have good emotional support, it will produce a kind of hormone that will help you to be stable. You'll be focused on whatever you are doing. When you reach your office, you'll be focused. When you reach your market, you'll be focused and whatever. When you don't have emotional support, you'll be aggressive everywhere you are. People will asking you, what is wrong with you? Is something going wrong with your wife or with your husband, whatever? Because you lack emotional support. You can't even eat well when you don't have emotional support. And this can break and thwart relationship in the marriage. Another point is going for marriage counseling, periodic marriage counseling, or having a spiritual director. It is very unfortunate. Most of the couple they find it difficult to go for marriage counseling. Even at the beginning of the marriage, they were forced to go for marriage counseling. It should be a periodic something. Once in a while, go to your spiritual director, go for marriage counseling, and review and renew your norms, your ethics and values in marriage. It will help you to grow and it help to nurture your relationship in marriage and you'll be happy. one of those things that you should look for in marriage is to be happy, because a man is not complete, a woman is not complete. But if when two of you complement each other, then the first gain is to be happy. You need to be happy by going for marriage counseling periodically, and that will help you also to grow in your marriage, in your relationship, in your marriage. Then the last but not the least is going for vacation. Sometimes make out time. Don't always be hustling every morning, afternoon, every night, each week, month. We are hustling. Sometimes in a year or in a month, biannually, quarterly, make out time with your wife. Go for vacation. Go for weekly dates. Go for cinema. Go for just entertain yourself. Two of you just go and have camp somewhere, have good time, or even go for retreat together, have good time, have work together, and that will build your relationship. I bet you, whoever sees you will know that you people are celebrating yourself every time, every moment, and will be an example to other families. And your family gonna be very wonderful. I hope what I have shared with you today will help to build your relationship. We need, we continue to advocate for nurturing relationship in a marriage setting that will give you sense of peace, that will give you sense of bond, connection, and what I may call emotional support, and you'll be happy in your marriage once more. Don't always go and say, this my marriage is not working. Sometimes you are part of it. Sometimes the other person is part of it. It is always good to come together and you say, see how much you'll be happy. May God bless you this week. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Peace be with you.